It's being performed tonight by Natalie Miller. Natalie's been a resident of the Shenandoah Valley since 1999. She's a proud registered nurse for the last 9 years and a devoted mom to 3 wonderful children. And they're her backup band, I think, out there tonight. In her free time, she loves being part of Restoration Fellowship Church's choir, and she loves singing alongside the incredible people on their worship team, and that worship team out there is indeed incredible. Her 7-year-old son is an avid baseball player, so she's learning the game from him, and she's honored to be singing the national anthem for you tonight. So Natalie, whenever you're ready.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Alrighty, fantastic. Natalie Miller, thank you.
The 2025 Strasburg Express are on the air from First Bank Park in Strasburg, Virginia. It is the 2025 Strasburg Express and the Valley Baseball League. Good evening, everyone. I'm Kyle Gutschall. Glad to be with you here tonight as we get ready for a matchup of two North Division teams. The home standing 3-2 Strasburg Express taking on the visiting Royals of Winchester with a mark of 3-3. Rob Mitchell gets the start tonight for the Express. Mitchell, the right-hander out of Bucknell University. Robert Mitchell out of Florida Southwestern State, 5'9" right-hander out of Orlando, Florida. So Rob will make the start here tonight. And the lineup he will face for the Royals, leading off and playing center, it's Jamie Padilla. Batting second is Connor Guy, the left fielder. Batting third, the first baseman, Nick Avogano. Batting fourth is Todd Abraham, the second baseman. Batting fifth is Nick Rubendahl, the right fielder. Batting sixth is Justin Ruiz, the DH. Sam Hoog, the catcher, will bat seventh. Batting eighth, the third baseman, John Emmendorfer. And batting ninth is Ryan Forterra, the shortstop. Trent Judd is on the mound tonight for the Winchester Royals. Strasburg was rained out last night. They were scheduled to play at Newmarket, but weather took over and did not allow that. So Strasburg trying to come back here tonight and win their fourth game in a row. They started 0-2, and now they are 3-2. Beautiful night for baseball here in the Shenandoah Valley. Temps in the 80s today. More weather in the forecast over the next 5 days or so. So we're happy to be playing tonight, and hopefully more games can be played throughout the rest of the week. All right, here we go. Jamie Padilla, the leadoff man out of Shenandoah University in Winchester will lead off, and the first pitch of the game is in there for a called strike. Major League start time, 7:07. Oh, 1 the count to Padilla. Mitchell deals, and breaking ball misses. 1 ball and 1 strike. Thank you for joining us if you're watching over on Facebook or YouTube. One ball and 1 strike to the leadoff man out of Shenandoah University. Padilla out of Winchester. He's a local product as well, so he's from Winchester and goes to school in Winchester. Now he's playing summer ball with his local team. Padilla already 28 at-bats on the season, 10 for 28, 357 average, 6 RBIs. That's down and in. And just like that, 3 balls and a strike here in the top of the first. First outing of the summer for Mitchell. The 3-1, he kicks and deals, and that is lined into right, and Jamie Padilla has a leadoff single to start this game here in the top of the first.
Now batting the left fielder from St. John's River State College, number 8, Connor Guy.
So Padilla's aboard. Here's Connor Guy, the left fielder. Guy out of St. John's River State College, 5'10" left-hander out of Keystone Heights, Florida. First matchup between these two teams here this year. They were supposed to play on opening night, but that was rained out, and it's been rescheduled for this coming Monday in Winchester. Pitch is in there for a strike. It's 0-1. Winchester did get to play last night, turf field, and they fell to Front Royal 6-0. They managed just 2 hits the entire game. 0-1, big jump at first. The pitch is high, throw to second, right on the money, but, he's called out. Padilla is called out at second base. Perfect throw from Payne, but okay. Caught stealing, and that's the first out of the game. New York is not an option. We cannot call them. Caught stealing 2-6. Great throw by Payne. It was a perfect one. And apparently the tag was applied in time by Bland. So just like that, it's 1 out. And the 1-1 to Guy is low. Connor Guy, 3 for 16 start for the season. 187 average with 1 RBI. Two one, and again 3-1. So Mitchell falls behind the first 2 hitters, 3-1. Dimensions here at the ballpark: home run park. Strasburg leads the league in the home run category. 300 down the feet, 300 feet down the lines, and ball 4, straightaway center, deepest part of the park at 365. So Mitchell walks the second man in the lineup, and Nick Avenano out of Richard Stockton College in New Jersey will step in. 6'3" righty. Runner at first, 1 out, just getting started, top of the first inning. The pitch. Inside, ball 1. Well, the Achilles heel of this Strasburg team, it's been in the pitching category, specifically with the walks. Strasburg pitching has allowed 34 walks in 43 innings of play this year. 43. But yet they lead the league in pitching strikeouts, which is interesting. Strike 1. 6th in the league in pitching. Winchester comes in at number 4. So Strasburg with the most big lead at first, by the way. Most walks and and strikeouts. On the hitting side of things, Strasburg comes in at number 2. They have 10 home runs, but get this, they have just 3 doubles the entire season. 50 hits and just 3 doubles. 1-1. And a ground ball to second. That's going to be stopped on a great play. Go to second for one. That's all they're going to have. But great play out there by the new member of the Express. Second baseman Aiden Stewart. He had to range way to his left. He was shifted up the middle and got the lead runner at second. So 2 outs now. And here is Todd Abraham, the second baseman.
The second baseman from Binghamton University, number 33, Todd Abraham.
I tell you, off the bat, it didn't look like he was going to have a chance to get to that ball, especially getting out at second, but he did all of it. So 2 outs for Abraham here in the bottom of the top of the first inning. He's out of Binghamton University. And he takes a breaking ball for a strike. Todd out of Rome, New York, 5'11", 185. In the pitching side of things, Winchester is mid-pack, about number 6. Hitting number 6. 0-1 the pitch. Swing and a miss. Good pitch there from Rob Mitchell. Blew it right by him. It's 0-2. Robert Mitchell, again, out of Florida Southwestern State, making his Express debut here tonight. He's got 2 outs and an 0-2 count. The pitch. Breaking ball in the dirt. Defense tonight behind Mitchell in the outfield left to right. Beaver, Douglas, and De Los Santos. In the infield, Anderson at third, Bland at short, Stewart at second, Cabasa at first, and Payne is doing the catching. Strasburg 3-2. They've won 3 consecutive games after starting 0-2. Winchester 3-3. 1-2. Inside 2-2. So Mitchell having to throw a good number of pitches here in this first inning. In fact, he's thrown more balls than strikes. 17 pitches, just 7 of those for strikes. But he's a strike away from getting out of this half inning here in the first. 2-2, the pitch, runner goes. It is a ball, throw to second in the dirt, and it's going to get into the outfield. And moving to third on the error by the catcher Payne is Avenano. So a stolen base and an E2 there. First error of the night for Strasburg. That's another area where Strasburg has struggled a little bit. That is error number 10 on the season for the Express. Falling below a .950 fielding percentage. 3-2, runner at third. And that is low, ball 4. Mitchell can't believe it. It's another walk. And that will keep the line moving here for the Royals in the top of the first. Meeting to the mound, pitching coach coming out. We'll step away briefly and return after this. All right, meeting at the mound is adjourned. Here's the right fielder, Nick Rubendahl, for the Winchester Royals. First and third, 2 outs, top of the first. Rubendahl out of Shepherd College up in West Virginia. The pitch is a strike. It's 0-1. Numbers on the season to this point for Rubendahl. He is hitting .235 with 4 runs driven in. Avenano at third, Abraham at first. The 0-1. Fouled back, it's 0-2. How big was that caught stealing we saw earlier? Or at least the out call on the caught stealing. Yeah, huge for the Express to this point. Little breeze here at the ballpark tonight. Flag moving gingerly out there in left center. Big, beautiful American flag. Replaced last year. The 0-2, Mitchell, strike 3 called on the inside corner. And a punch out there for Rob Mitchell, and that'll do it in the top of the first. Strasburg coming to bat. We'll see if their hot sticks will carry over to tonight's ball game. Trent Judd on the mound for the Royals. We'll tell you about him right after this. You're watching Express Baseball on the Strasburg Express Baseball Network. Back to Strasburg, we go to the bottom of the first. Winchester will take the field and send starting pitcher Trent Judd to the mound. Judd is a 6'4" righty out of Lynchburg College from Salem, Virginia. And the lineup he will face for Strasburg, leading off the designated hitter, Brett Mosley. Batting second, the shortstop, Taryn Bland. Batting third, the second baseman making his Express debut, Aiden Stewart. Batting fourth, Landon Beaver, the left fielder. Batting fifth, Jacob Payne, the catcher. Batting sixth, the right fielder, Christian De Los Santos. Batting seventh, the third baseman, Jack Anderson. Batting eighth and playing first, it's Erwin Cabasa. And batting ninth, the center fielder, Jay Douglas. So Trent Judd will take the mound. He will work from the stretch, and the first pitch misses, ball one. Well, this leadoff man, Brett Mosley, has been off to a heck of a start. 7 for 15, 466, 4 home runs, and 10 RBIs, including a big-time grand slam a couple nights ago in Woodstock. 1-0, hit in the air, center field, pretty well hit, going back, and it is caught. Right at the wall out there in center by Padilla. Mosley sent it for a ride, deepest part of the park. If he hits it to left or right, it's gone, but instead it's a loud line out for the first out here in the bottom of the first. So Mosley continues to swing it well. Brett out of Ole Miss. 6'3" left-hander. All right, one out here in the inning. Here is Taryn Bland, the shortstop. Bland out of Troy, and he takes a strike. It's 0-1. Numbers for Judd on the season, now 3 2/3 innings, no ERA with 1 strikeout. Bland just 1 for 2 so far this year. Swing and a miss. He made a couple of big defensive plays in that game against the River Bandits days ago, including the game-winning play there at the end on a little chopper in the hole at short with the tying run at third and 2 outs. Made a good throw across to end the game. But he's behind 0-2 here, and he grounds one to second. Routine for Abraham. He gathers and throws in time, and 2 up, 2 down for Strasburg here in the bottom of the first.
Second baseman from University of Delaware, number 47, Aiden Stewart.
All right, here's Aiden Stewart making his Express debut. He's out of the University of Delaware. From Rochester, New York, 5'11", 185. Delaware, they're the Hens or the Blue Hens? Blue Hens, let me get that right. He's got the blue helmet. All right, so Stewart steps in for his first plate appearance of the year, and that is in the dirt, ball one. Well, one other game deep into play today. Waynesboro leading Charlottesville 9-8, bottom of the 7th. Waynesboro was once up like 7-0 in that game. Pitching has not really been a strength for anyone so far. 1-0, swing and a miss, 1-1. Other games tonight, Percival's at Front Royal, Newmarket's at Woodstock, Covington's at Culpeper, and Harrisonburg is at Stanton. Two North Division teams playing here tonight, Winchester and Strasburg. 1-1. Stewart takes down and in, 2-1. Defense tonight behind Judd, left to right in the outfield, Guy, Padilla, and Rubendahl. In the infield, Emmendorfer, Avogano, Frontera at short, Avogano at first, and Hogue is the catcher. Fouled back, 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. We play here in the bottom of the first, no score between the Royals and Express. Saturday night baseball here from Strasburg, First Bank Park. 2-2 to Stewart, and he chops it foul. We'll do it again at 2-2. Pretty good crowd here from Winchester. The Royals typically travel relatively well. Weekend game here tonight. These two teams have established a pretty good rivalry over the last 5 or 6 years. Stewart hits it hard to second. That's going to be scooped up nicely by Abraham. Throw to first in time. And Trent Judd with a 1-2-3 inning. Strasburg hasn't gone down 1-2-3 a lot this year, but they do there. We're through 1 and off to the second. No score. Winchester coming up to bat when we return on the Strasburg Express Baseball Network. No score as we go to the top of the second inning from Strasburg. The Royals back up to bat. They'll send up Justin Ruiz, the DH, leading off. And the first pitch is a swing and a miss, 0-1. Ruiz out of High Point University, 5'9" right-hander out of Miami, Florida. Numbers for him on the season: 400 average and 15 at-bats. He's got 3 RBIs. The count is 1-1. Winchester made some noise in the top of the first. Big time caught stealing and then left 2 men on. 1-1. Fouled into the net, heads up. On deck, 1-2. Upcoming days for Strasburg, going to be a lot of seat time or windshield time, as they say. At Harrisonburg tomorrow, at Winchester Monday, at Covington Tuesday, 1-2. That's outside. Mitchell still behind in the strike ball ratio. 12 strikes, 14 balls. 2-2 to Ruiz. And maybe a little high, 3-2. I tell you, something I've noticed this year, the zones have gotten tighter actually. 3-2. And a fly ball, foul territory, right side towards the Royals bullpen and out of play. Count is still 3-2. Mitchell trying to avoid, you know what? And he walks the leadoff man. So a leadoff walk to start the second inning. That's already his third walk of the ball game through an inning plus. Here's Sam Hogue, the catcher, out of Calhoun Community College from Athens, Alabama. Runner at first, nobody out. So a single and 3 walks to this point for the Royals. And a check to first. Pretty close, actually, but back in safely. Looking for the double play ball. Another check to first. Back in safely again. A little breeze here as it continues in the press box as well as down on the field. And whenever there's breeze here at this ballpark, you're going to see a ton of home runs. Pitch is a comebacker to the mound. He is going to go to first with it. Smart play. How many times have we seen it thrown into the outfield when you try to go to second on a play like that? But he makes a good throw there. Ruiz moves to second. And it kind of acts as a sacrifice there, except his batting average goes down. Swinging bunt moves him to second. Here's John Immendorfer, the third baseman. He is out of Charleston Southern from Cleveland, Tennessee. Keeping an eye on the runner at second, the pitch. And a little looper to third, fielded by Anderson. He's going to check the runner back to second. Throw to first is in time, and there are 2 outs. Nice execution over there by Jack Anderson. So Ruiz has to hold up. Back-to-back ground outs. There are 2 outs. Here's Ryan Frontera, the shortstop out of the Pirates of Seton Hall. .62 right-hander out of Red Bank, New Jersey. Pitch number 32 of the game for Mitchell. Runner at second, 2 outs. And a breaking ball low. Big thing right now for Mitchell, he's struggling to get ahead. A lot of first pitch balls. Frontera, 333 average. No home runs and no RBIs to this point. 1-0. And a swing and a foul tip held onto by Payne, 1-1. Top of the lineup is next, and Jamie Padilla singled back in the first. Was caught stealing, according to the umpire. 1-1. Fly ball, right field, it's shallow. De Los Santos gets there to make the catch. And Mitchell works out of another jam here in inning number 2. We go to the bottom of the second. Strasburg sends up 4-5-6 when we return on the Strasburg Express Baseball Network. Back to Strasburg, we go to the bottom of the second inning. Scoreless, it'll be Landon Beaver. He's out there playing left field tonight. Beaver out of UAB, 6'2" lefty. He's behind 0-1. He's got power. Swing and a high fly. Center field, there's room out there, and another leaping catch. It just stays in the park. Padilla. Second time Strasburg has stung it to lead off the inning.
Toledo, number 19, Jacob Payne.
Beaver hit 2 home runs here in his home debut. Well, you could say it about everybody in the lineup. Here's Jacob Payne. He's got power. Payne the catcher. And he takes inside ball 1. Payne out of the University of Toledo. 3 for 10, 300 batting average, home run, couple of RBIs. 1-0. That's in the dirt, 2-0. When you look at this lineup top to bottom, it's a very deep Strasburg lineup. Offense has not been the issue at all. They have cranked out a bunch of hits, but they're still hitless tonight so far. 2 O's low, and it's 3-0. I mean, you've got Christian De Los Santos on deck, hitting in the 6 hole. Anderson 7th. 3-0 the count, probably green light. No, takes 3-1. So Trent Judd trying to come back from a 3-0 count to get Jacob Payne here. And slider outside, ball 4. So he goes with the breaking ball behind in the count and walks him. And it brings up De Los Santos, the Strasburg right fielder.
From Seminole State College, number 25, Christian De Los Santos.
2 guys we're still waiting on the first home run from for Strasburg, De Los Santos and Josh Ebay. 2 of, probably on paper, 2 of the biggest power guys in this lineup, but still looking for it here in 2025. Runner at first, 1 out. Fouled back. One thing I've noticed with Christian, he's out in front a lot. He hits the ball hard, but he's still trying to get the timing down. I talked about it earlier in the season, first game, I think. He had an injury, and he's still trying to come back from that, getting swings in. But when this guy gets a hold of a baseball, you know, he crushes it. 0-1 the count with Payne at first. And a little soft grounder to short, charging. They're going to go to second for 1. That's all they're going to get. So Payne is erased on the fielder's choice. De Los Santos reaches, and there are 2 outs for Jack Anderson.
Third baseman from James Madison University, number 14, Jack Anderson.
Anderson out of James Madison University, the Dukes out of the Sun Belt Conference. 6'3" right-hander, 205. And he pops it up, shallow right. Second baseman Abraham back. He calls it, and he makes the catch. Anderson down on 1 pitch. Bats are quiet so far for Strasburg through 2. Judd looking good for the Royals. We're off to the third. It is 0-0. We're back after this on the Express Baseball Network. Back to Strasburg, we go to the top of the third inning. Fly ball right field, Padilla, off the bat of Padilla. Second baseman out, Stewart makes the catch. And there's one out on the one-handed catch.
Left fielder number 8, Connor Guy.
Here's Connor Guy, the left fielder, walked his first time up. Connor Guy, the left-hander, steps in. So a one pitch out for Mitchell. He's got to like that, and just missing on the first pitch here. 1-0. Top of the lineup, Padilla, Guy, and Avenano here in the top of the third. 1-0. Fouled back. I've gotten a lot better at not flinching. It's 1-1. They're the first or second year I was really bad at it. Yeah, that's true. Until the one day the puts a hole in it, and then you'll have to call in a backup. 1-1. Breaking ball. Good pitch. Just called ball 2. Mitchell wanted it. 2 balls, 1 strike. Could tonight be the night the bugs really come out for the first time? The pitch. Deep left field, and that is gone. Line drive home run off of the bat of Connor Guy. He came into the game 3 for 16, make it 4 for 17, and it's 1-0 Royals on the line drive home run to left center. Second hit of the game for Winchester. Good swing there from Guy, taking it the other way and knocking it out of the park. So 1-0 Royals, and here's Nick Avenano, the first baseman, reached on a fielder's choice back in the first, stole second, got the third on a throwing error by the catcher. And the pitch. That's in there for a strike, 0-1. Not much you can do as a hitter on that pitch, but it's called a strike. 0-1. Breaking ball misses outside. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. Mitchell trying to get through the third here. He's thrown 41 pitches, 21 strikes, 20 balls, 1-1. Breaking ball fouled back. Pretty good slider there. He's had trouble throwing the slider for a strike and not getting a lot of swing and miss. He's just got to start it closer to the front hip of the hitter and watch that thing break out towards the outside corner. 1-2. Up and in, 2-2. We were talking about play-by-play and color announcers before the game. I try to add a little color as well, not just play-by-play. 2-2, ground ball foul into the Express dugout. For those that may not be baseball wizards or watch a lot of games, always something new to learn in the game of baseball. Two balls, 2 strikes, 1 out, top of the third. Royals lead at 1-0 after a solo home run by Connor Guy. And that is popped up in play, third base side, on the edge of the infield. Anderson backing up, and another one-hand grab for out number 2. Brings up Todd Abraham, the second baseman.
Second baseman, number 33, Todd Abraham.
Tell you, it's just like you watch an NBA game, all that crazy stuff those players do. Then you look and watch a college game, and, well, they're doing the same things. And then you look at the high school level, and they're trying to do it. Yeah, you like to do, yeah, I like to look cool out there. 2 outs, showing bunt, getting it up in the air, and a catch made. Nice job back there by Payne, jumping out of the crouch. and making the catch. And that'll do it here in the top of the third. However, Winchester does get on the board. A solo home run by Connor Guy. 1-0. We're through 2.5 to the bottom of the third. We're back after this on the Strasburg Express Baseball Network. Strasburg trailing 1-0. We go to the bottom of the third, bottom of the lineup. 8, 9, and 1. Cabasa, Douglas, and back to the top. Erwin Cabasa takes a strike. It's 0-1. Cabasa out of Seminole State College. 5'2", righty, 220. 0-1. Outside, 1-1. Cabasa's numbers on the year, he's 2 for 8. Looking for his first home run, first RBI of the season. 1-1. Ground ball up the middle. And a base hit for Cabasa. Nice piece of hitting there. And a leadoff single. First hit of the game, as FP used to say. There goes the no-hitter.
The center fielder from Eastern Kentucky University, number 10, Jay Douglas.
And that will be the only reference I make to him all year. Leadoff single for Strasburg. Here is Jay Douglas, the center fielder. And he shows bunt and gets it down. Third base side, it's a beauty. Charging and no play at first. Infield base hit for Jay Douglas. Lays down the bunt. Third base side, third baseman Emmendorfer was back. And just like that, first and second, nobody out. And here's Mosley. And I'm joking when I say this, but is he going to lay one down? Reason I say that, the night he hit the 2 home runs here, then he, on the third time after the first 2 home runs, he laid down a bunt, and it didn't work out. But he likes to be unpredictable. That's good, right? First and second, nobody out. The pitch. That's in the dirt. Ball 1 to the backstop. And just like that, second and third, nobody out. Wild pitch. And the Express suddenly in business after back-to-back singles by the 8-9 hitters. Just as everyone was predicting. One and 0 to Mosley. Corner first baseman even with the bag. That is a strike at the knees, 1-1. Again, Brett Mosley, redshirt freshman out of the University of Ole Miss. 6'3" left-hander from Trustville, Alabama. One, and a pop-up in the infield behind the mound, on the mound, and a huge out, number 1. As Judd makes the catch. That was kind of a check swing there from Mosley, and a huge first out. So now Perrin Bland will step in. I wouldn't be shocked to see Winchester try to, let's see, they're going to, middle infielders are going to play back the pitch. That's in the dirt, ball 1. if you watch a game in the major leagues, especially the Marlins will play the infield in the first inning if they, I mean, I've seen them do it. They are not afraid to do that. Bland takes for a strike, 1-1. Now, the Dodgers, they're not going to do that. The Phillies aren't going to do that. The Mets aren't going to do that, but some teams will. 1-1. And chopper foul. Oh, sorry, let me mention the Yankees too. I don't want to leave them out. The Orioles, they might be doing that this year. I don't know. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Big pitch here, trying to get the punch out. And he does, way outside. And 2 outs here in the 3rd inning. Express looking like they might strand a couple here.
Second baseman number 47, Hayden Stewart.
2nd and 3rd, nobody out for the top 2 hitters in the lineup, and now 2nd and 3rd, 2 outs for the 3-hitter Stewart. He hit a hard hit grounder to second his first time up. Stewart trying to come up with his first hit as a member of the Express, and he takes in the dirt to the backstop, ball 1. Not a lot of area or foul territory back there to really do too much. But what a win this would be for Judd and the Royals after back-to-back singles and then a wild pitch, putting Strasburg in business. A big spot here early in this game with the Express trailing. In the dirt again, 2-0. There is a base open, but you've got Beaver on deck. He's a good power hitter, and he nearly hit one out his first time up. Strasburg with already 1 grand slam this year. That was Mosley back in Woodstock. 2-0. Breaking ball hit in the air to right, and again, a catch is made. Strasburg has been stinging the baseball, and they strand men at 2nd and 3rd with nobody out. Through 3 and off to the 4th, 1-0 Royals on the Express Baseball Network. Back to Strasburg, Kyle Gutschall with you. We go to the top of the 4th inning. Royals lead 1-0. Nick Rubendahl will lead off. Struck out looking his first time up. Swing and a miss from the right-hander Rob Mitchell, 0-1. Strasburg stranding a great opportunity. The bottom of the 3rd, 2nd and 3rd, nobody out and did not score. They've left 3 on base so far. The 0-1. Fouled back, 0-2.
Balls to the train station. In exchange, we will give you an ice cold freeze pop.
Both teams with 2 hits apiece. One error for the Express with the Royals leading 1-0. 0-2, Mitchell looking for a quick strikeout, and he gets it. Strike 3 called on the inside corner. Froze them, and there's one out here in the 4th.
Now batting the DH, number 15, Justin Ruiz.
2 strikeouts for Mitchell, both against Rubendahl, and both looking, I think, on that same pitch, too, that fastball inside. All right, one out here in the 4th inning. Here is Justin Ruiz, the DH. He walked his first time up. And missing outside, ball 1. And a called strike. Looks a little bit bigger inside zone-wise to right-handers than usual. That's what, as a right-handed pitcher against a right-handed hitter, you want to try to jam them inside as much as you can. Here's, again, the breaking ball. He just can't find it tonight, 2-1. 2 balls and 1 strike. There's that fastball inside again, 2-2. Again, as a right-hander, not much you can do there. You have to really try to turn your hands in on that one, and all you're going to be able to do is take it to the pull side. 2-2. Goes in there again. This time he misses, 3-2. Never hurts to pitch inside to right-handers. Really limits what they can do. All right, Ruiz has already walked once. 3-2 payoff pitch. And a ground ball to third. Anderson. Gravy hop throw to first in the dirt, but picked nicely by Cabasa, saving the error. 2 outs here in the 4th inning.
The catcher, number 14, Sam Hogue.
Here's Sam Hogue, the catcher. Last time up with a man at first, he hit a little comebacker to the mound, and pitcher Mitchell made a nice play and threw it to first to get him. The pitch goes back inside with that fastball, misses as it pops out of the mid of Payne, 1-0. Again, Hogue, the batter, he's 0 for 8, now 0 for 9 on the season, trying to get off the schneid here. A 1-0. Ground ball to short. Bland gathers, throws, and gets him. 1-2-3 inning. First time tonight for Mitchell. We go to the bottom of the 4th. Strasburg trailing 1-0. 1-0 Winchester as we go to the bottom of the fourth. It'll be Beaver, Payne, and De Los Santos, and the first pitch misses. Ball one. One and 0. Swing and a foul ball. 1-1. One and 1 to Payne. He hit a deep fly ball his first time up, and he lines it into center for a base hit. Leadoff single for the Express for a second consecutive inning. Tying run aboard here in the bottom of the fourth. It'll bring up Jacob Payne, the catcher. Payne with a walk his first time up. Well, Strasburg now out hitting the Royals. See if the Express can battle back and score some runs here after they stranded two last inning. Payne trying to stay out of the double play, and he fouls it back. It's 0-1. Again, looking at the hitting side of things, Strasburg, 10 home runs, leading the league. That's 10 home runs in just 5 games, too. Outside in the dirt and moving to second on the wild pitch. One ball, one strike with Beaver at second after the wild pitch. Payne looking for a base hit to tie it up. That's outside, 2-1. Do have a couple of guys down in the Royals bullpen just kind of stretching the arms a little bit. Probably down there throwing football like they like to do. Might have the pitching wedge out, knocking some golf balls around. 2-1. And a foul back on the breaking ball again, 2-2. A lot of games to be played over the next 15 days or so, at least scheduled to be played, but rain has been a factor early, and we expect it to be a factor tomorrow and a lot next week. 2-2, and Judd deals outside, 3-2 now. Christian De Los Santos is on deck. He's 0 for 1 with a fielder's choice. Payne, the catcher, out of Toledo. 3-2. And a hard hit ground ball down the third base side, but foul, and we'll do it again at 3-2. Take a look at the North and South Division standings here in just a moment. Again, last year, games were played exclusively within division, and that got stale after about the first month through. 3-2. And a little blooper into left center. It's going to drop for a base hit. Holding the runner at third, and the throw is off the glove of the cutoff man. The Express have men at first and third with nobody out.
Number 25, Christian De Los Santos.
So here is Christian De Los Santos with a great chance here in the bottom of the fourth. Judd got out of danger last inning. Can he do it again here? Back-to-back singles. That's low, ball one. Some sound effects coming through. Haven't heard too many of our sound effects yet this year. The broken glass and all the different things. 1-0. That is in there, 1-1. The Jeopardy music and all those things. 1-1 the pitch, and that is a strike. 1-2 to De Los Santos. Christian out of Seminole State College, 6'3", 225. Beaver at third, Payne at first. Strasburg down 1-0. Runner goes and then goes back, and a swing and a miss. And a big punch out there, first out here in the fourth.
Third baseman, number 14, Jack Anderson.
And Judd, just like that, is a pitch away from somehow getting out of it again. How deflating this would be for Strasburg. Anderson out of Medina, Minnesota. And he takes strike one. Judd getting ahead again. Anderson coming in 3 for 15 with 2 home runs and 6 RBIs. 0-1. Fouled back quickly, 0-2. Back-to-back singles just like last inning. A strikeout and now an 0-2 count to Jack Anderson. Popped out to second his only time up. And a fly out of play, foul. Still 0-2. Judd has not allowed an earned run to this point this season. The 0-2. Swing and a miss. Back-to-back punch-outs, and there are 2 outs here in the fourth inning. Wow. Well, it's up to Cabasa here.
Number 21, Erwin Cabasa.
Thing that really, even in Strasburg's 7-5 win the other night against Front Royal, that's a game they really should have won by 6 or 8 runs. I mean, they had so many opportunities. And a ground ball to the left side. It's going to be stopped on a dive, and the throw is in time. And the Express, once again, cannot get anything across with men in scoring position and nobody out. Great play over there at third with the dive and the throw to first. Well, we go to the fifth. Winchester still leading 1-0.
Hoffman of Sager Real Estate has joined us as a home run partner this year.
1-0 as we go to the top of the 5th inning. And new pitcher for Strasburg, Jackson Holcher. Final line for Rob Mitchell, solid. 4 innings, 2 hits, 1 run. It was a home run, 3 walks, 2 strikeouts. So he's on the hook for the moment as Strasburg, the last 2 innings, have had 2 on and nobody out and cannot score. Emmendorfer, the leadoff man. The count's 1-0, and that's in there, 1-1. Holcher's been good so far. He's got good velocity. 5 innings, 6 strikeouts, no ERA. 1-1, fouled back. He was way late, 1-2. Strasburg, 1 run, no runs on 4 hits, 1 error. Winchester, 1 run on 2 hits and no errors. Strasburg has left 5 men on base so far. Winchester, 3. One, two. And a high fly down the right field line. It's going to be in play, but is it catchable? No. It was catchable, but not caught. 1-2 remains the count. Long run out there for De Los Santos. Good hustle. He was shaded well off the line there. So we'll do it again at a ball and 2 strikes. 8, 9, and 1 here. Emmendorfer, Fertera, and Padilla. And a liner foul. He was way late on it. Still a ball and 2 strikes. Up and in. 2-2. And the 2-2 pitch is a ground ball to the left side. Anderson charges, throws off balance in time and got him for the first out here in the 5th. Good play over there by the third baseman, Anderson. And here's Fertera, the shortstop, flew out to right his only time up. Frontera looking to get something going here for the Royals in the top of the 5th. From Seton Hall. And Holcher steps off. Jackson, 6'3" right-hander out of Ashburn, Virginia. And the first pitch is in there, strike 1. Looks like he's undecided as far as where he's going next. He's been impressive so far with good velocity on the fastball and a pretty sharp breaking ball. 0-1. Fouled back quickly, 0-2. And to the backstop. One, two. Choked up on the bat is Frontera, and that's way outside, 2-2. Two is a bit high, 3-2. And that misses ball 4 and a 1-out walk to the 9 hitter here in the top of the 5th.
Center fielder number 4, Jamie.
Here's Jamie Padilla. While we have a second, take a look at the Valley League standings to this point. Woodstock leading the way at 4-1 in the north. Front Royal 4-2. Strasburg 3-2, tied with Purcellville. Winchester 3-3, and Newmarket is 2-3. Get to the south here in a second. The pitch is a little bit high, ball one. Jamie Padilla 1 for 2 with a single and a pop out so far tonight. Padilla, a guy that hits the ball hard, so potentially a double play candidate. He takes high, ball 2, throw to first, and the swipe tag must have missed him. 2-0. Two balls and no strikes to Padilla with Connor Guy on deck. He hit the home run back in the third inning. That's the difference. Outside, 3-0. Holcher has lost his release point right now, trying to find it here. And that's in there, 3-1. 3-1 to Padilla out of Shenandoah. And that just misses. First and second now, back-to-back one-out walks here in the fifth for the Royals. Here's Connor Guy, home run last time. Taking a look at the standings in the South Division. Harrisonburg leading the way at 5-2, tied with Stanton at 5-2. Then Covington 2-4. Charlottesville 2-5, Waynesboro 2-5, and Culpeper 1-5. Again, the difference this year is every team makes the playoffs. We'll talk about the structure of that later down the road, but we'll see how that goes. All right, first pitch to Guy, inside corner, strike one. Again, Strasburg down 1-0. They have had ample opportunities here in this ball game, especially in the second and third innings. The third and fourth innings. And we'll see if that comes back to be costly later on. And Holcher steps off the back of the rubber, still 0-1. Disengagement number 1. Looking for the double play ball. And that is inside, 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. And a fly ball to left, playable for Beaver, makes the catch, and there are 2 outs. Big time out there with Guy at the plate. And it brings up the 3-man here with men at first and second and 2 outs. Nick Avenano, the first baseman, 0 for 2, will step in here, trying to add some insurance for the Royals. Again, Winchester left 2 on base in the first and 1 in the second. And a swing and a miss, pitch down in the dirt, 0-1. Royals with their green, it's like hunter green uniforms. Almost like the Milwaukee Bucks green, and they've got like a kind of golden secondary color. That ball is hit high in the air to left, it's shallow. Beaver comes in, he's got it and makes the catch. And Jackson Holcher gets out of the jam in the top of the fifth. Winchester strands 2. We go to the bottom of the fifth. And Strasburg get on the board. We'll find out after this on the Express Baseball Network.
Shortstop, number 42, Bland.
Scored 6 against Woodstock the 2nd time, 11 against Purcellville, and they're being shut out so far here as Perrin Bland, the shortstop, steps in. Ground out and a strikeout, and he takes strike 1, 0-1. Judd has been very good tonight, especially when he's needed to get out of a jam. He's been able to do so. And he's thrown just 65 pitches. "44 strikes, 21 balls, 1-1 the count." Bland takes low, 2-1. So far the line for Judd, 4 2/3, 4 hits, no runs, 1 walk, and 4 strikeouts. Been very efficient, especially for what we're used to seeing today. 2-1. Swing and a miss. It's 2-2. Winchester will have 4, 5, 6 due up in the top of the 6th inning. They hope to be leading by at least 1 run. Judd from the stretch. And the 2-2. And a foul back. Just getting a piece is Bland. Well, still some guys down in the Winchester bullpen, but no activity. The Royals were shut out themselves yesterday against Front Royal. Had just 2 hits. They have 2 so far tonight. 2-2 is outside, 3-2. Aiden Stewart, the second baseman on deck. He's hit the ball hard twice. 1 grounder and 1 line out to right. Payoff pitch. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. 2 punch outs in the inning. Strasburg just not touching Judd right now. Through 5 and off to the 6th. 1-0 Winchester on the Express Baseball Network. Back to Strasburg, we go to the top of the 6th inning. Express trailing 1-0. Abraham leads off, and the first pitch from Holcher misses, ball 1. Todd Abraham 0 for 1 with a walk and a pop out tonight. Again, if you're tuning in and the quality of the video doesn't seem too good, make sure you click on the settings button and change it to 1080p full HD, as the pitch is a called strike 1-1, whether you're watching maybe on Facebook or the YouTube app on your phone or smart TV. Many ways to watch our games here. 1-1. Outside, 2-1. Holcher's first inning was last inning. He walked a couple of men but got out of the jam after back-to-back flyouts. Good hitters count here for Abraham. And that misses, ball 3. Rubendahl and Ruiz are the next two to hit here in the top of the sixth for the Royals. And apparently high. And a leadoff walk on some very close pitches to start the inning.
Right fielder, number 21.
All right, well, we'll see if Strasburg can work around the leadoff walk. Rubendahl is 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts looking. So if you're Rubendahl here, you want to be sitting on that fastball inside and try to turn on it. First pitch, inside fastball, jammed him. Ball is bobbled at first, tossed to first, is in time. Nice recovery over there by Cabasa. He was, I think, thinking about trying to go to second with it. They get the out at first, moving to second. On the grounder is Abraham, and there's one out.
The DH, number 15, Justin Ruiz.
But that was a first pitch fastball inside, and he went after it and just jammed him. Again, not much you can do with that as a right-handed hitter. You have to really try to take it to the third base side. So here's Ruiz. He is 0 for 1 with a walk and a ground out tonight. Big spot here to add on for Winchester. And a breaking ball inside corner. That's where you want to be throwing tonight. Strike one. Second baseman for Strasburg, Stewart, pinching up the middle, trying to keep the runner honest at second. 0-1 the count. And again, apparently high, 1-1. One the count. And again, apparently high, 2-1. Good pitches from Holcher, but he's not getting calls right now. Two one, and fouled back. 2-2. Justin Ruiz, the DH, is on deck for Strasburg. 1-0 we play in the top of the sixth. First matchup between these two teams here in 2025. They'll play again Monday, a makeup game at Winchester, weather permitting. 2-2, and slider misses, 3-2. I don't think Holcher really has the kind of struggle in throwing that slider tonight. But then with his fastball, he's just missing, apparently. 3-2. And a pop-up out of play foul. We'll do it again. Strasburg, they've walked 6 so far tonight. Three balls, 2 strikes. And to the backstop, and somehow holding at second base is Abraham. So back-to-back innings, Holcher's going to have to try to work out a first and second and 1 out.
14, Sam Hogue.
Sam Hogue will bat. He's 0 for 2. He's 0 for 10 on the season. So Hogue will step in here. Holcher, the right-hander, comes set in the pitch. Swing and a miss. Big hack there. He was trying to send it out of the ballpark, 0-1. We've seen one home run tonight, and it's been the difference maker. A line drive to left center off the bat of Connor Guy. 0-1. That's high, and a back pick to second, and back in there safely. Now, Strasburg has hit the ball hard tonight several times. You look at Mosley's fly out in the first. You look at Stewart's line out in the third. Beaver's fly out in the second. One the count, looking for the ground ball double play here. Hogue's hit it on the ground twice. And he swings and misses, kind of bailing out of the box, 1-2. Ball gets away momentarily from Holcher. Emmendorfer, the third baseman on deck, he's 0 for 2. Hits tonight by Padilla and Guy, the 1-2 hitters for the Royals. Holcher sets and deals, and a strike 3 called. He gets the call there, and a big punch out, 2 outs in the top of the 6th.
Third baseman, number 28, John Emmendorfer.
So Emmendorfer will step in. 2 ground outs, both to Jack Anderson at third tonight. Holcher now an inning and 2/3, 4 hits, and the 1 strikeout right there. Check swing, did he go? Yes, he did, according to the first base umpire. Flip the coin, yes, he did. And the count is 0-1. And fouled back, and it's quickly 0-2. Strasburg will send up 3, 4, 5 in the bottom of the 6th inning, trailing at least 1-0 here on this Saturday, June 7th, 2025. Winchester 3-3, Strasburg 3-2. Holcher way ahead. This would be a great time for his best slider of the night. Break outside the zone and get a swing and a miss. And he will step off. Really, probably shouldn't throw anything too close here. Breaking ball outside would be nice. There it is. Ground ball third base for the 3rd time. Anderson throws to first and gets him. And that'll do it. Holcher gets out of it again, and this has been a game of men left on tonight. We'll be back after this. We go to the bottom of the 6th. Judd back to the mound. One nothing Winchester. We go to the bottom of the 6th, and Trent Judd comes back to the mound for inning number 6. He'll face Aiden Stewart, who's hit him hard twice, and goes after a pitch in the dirt, 0-1. Stewart out of Delaware. Strasburg just 4 hits, but they have had chances. 5 men left on base so far. Winchester's left 7 on base, 0-1. Ground ball, first base side. It's a base knock. Well, we've seen this story before. 3rd time tonight, Strasburg with a leadoff single. Can they get him in this time here in inning number 6?
Left fielder number 15, Landon Beaver.
And well-deserved there for Stewart, who's hit the ball hard 3 times tonight. Still no bullpen activity for Winchester. And actually, yeah, they do have looks like a left-hander getting hot. All right, here's Beaver. He hit the ball very hard his first time up. It was a deep fly out. Outside, ball one. Trying to tell who's getting warm down there for Winchester. But it does look like a left-hander. 1-0. Good lead at first. And a called strike. Looks like it might be Ian Kaiser out of Binghamton University, 5'10" left-hander. But we'll confirm that as soon as we can. 1-1 the count, tying run at first. Beaver the batter, and Beaver's got a bug in his eye. He did single his last time up. It was a leadoff single in the fourth. Five hits for Strasburg. All five have been singles. Check to first, Stewart back in. One ball and one strike to the first baseman. Well, he's a left fielder tonight out of UAB. Looking to get a hold of one. And he bloops it down the left field line. Foul. And that would have made it second and third with nobody out, possibly even a run there, depending on how the play was fielded out there. But instead, a foul ball, and it's 1-2. So it's a ball and two strikes to Landon Beaver. Judd trying to get through this inning. And a ball gets away past the first baseman on the pickoff. They're going to send the runner to third, and he is out. Tried sending him to third, and out by a mile over there is Aiden Stewart. The first out of the sixth inning. So a throwing error on the pitcher and then a out at third. 1-2, and that's in the dirt, 2-2. And I will say Stewart was just following what head coach Betterly was saying there. That was not done on his own or anything. So 3-5 on the put out there, and that is low. It's now 3-2. Gutsy decision there. The ball got down the first base line, but again, the college level, that throw across the diamond, pretty routine. 3-2 now to Beaver. And a swing and a miss. Ball gets away, but it's into the netting and out of play. And Beaver's going to get the base. So a strikeout and a, trying to think what that would be scored. Strikeout and a wild pitch as the ball got into the netting and out of play. So Beaver reaches. With one out, and here's Payne. He's 1 for 1, a walk and a single tonight. Runner goes, the pitch is low, throw to second, and he's in there safely. Ball ricochets away, but got a piece of the umpire there. So a stolen base for Beaver, and tying run back in scoring position with one out. .78 pitches so far for the right-hander Judd out of Lynchburg College. 1-0 the count to Payne. And that's in the dirt, blocked by the catcher, but he can't get it in time. And moving to third is Beaver. The infield's going to come in here for Winchester to try to cut down the tying run at the plate with one out here in the bottom of the sixth. Hitters count 2-0. Outfield is deep, so anything into the outfield should tie it. Good hitters count, the pitch. And that's low and outside, 3-0 with Christian De Los Santos on deck. Payne will likely have the red light here. And they might just kind of want to be careful, try to set up the double play. That's low, ball 4. And will that be it for Judd? Or will they give him yet another hitter? And that's it for him. So Judd is coming out of the game with men at first and third and 1 out. Tip the cap to him. He goes 5 1/3, but the runners on base are his responsibility. We'll tell you about the new hurler right after this on the Express Baseball Network. Back to baseball. Big spot for Strasburg. First and third, 1 out for De Los Santos. First pitch is a breaking ball, 0-1. It'll be Ian Kaiser taking over in a huge spot. Strasburg's already left plenty of men on in big spots, trying to break that here. Kaiser out of Binghamton, 0-1. Fouled back, and it's quickly 0-2. Kaiser, 5'10 left-hander in a big spot, and he's quickly ahead 0-2 on De Los Santos. This is his first outing of the year, 0-2, and a swing and a miss. Runner steals second, and there are 2 outs. So it'll be up to Anderson. Don't know what it's been tonight with the Express, just haven't been able to put the ball in play. Far too many strikeouts. Well, let's see if Anderson can pick him up here. Second and third, 2 outs. Strasburg down 1-0. He's 0 for 2. And that's in the dirt, ball 1. 5-2 in the hit column for Strasburg, but it's not been enough to this point. 1 ball, no strikes. Runners at second and third are the responsibility of the starting pitcher. And that's low, 2-0. Not a bad pitch. Judd went 5 1/3, 5 hits, 2 walks, 6 strikeouts, and so far no runs unless any of the runners from second and third score. Base hit gives you the lead, and it's fouled off, 2-1. Judd comes set, 2 balls, 1 strike. And a breaking ball hit foul, and the Royals are again 1 strike away from stranding 2 men on base. Here in the inning, a leadoff single, then an error, and then got thrown out at third. Then a drop third wild pitch on the strikeout, a walk and a strikeout, 2-2. In the dirt, ball 3. Erwin Cabasa is on deck. He's 1 for 2 tonight. He would hit here if Anderson can get on or draw the walk. Royals looking for another big victory on the field here. And it's ball 4 and to the backstop. Holding at third, and the bases are loaded with 2 outs.
First baseman, number 21, Erwin Cabasa.
Nice plate appearance there from Anderson after he fell behind in the count. All right, here we go. Cabasa against the left-hander, bottom 6, 2 outs. And a chopper foul. Kaiser gets ahead in the count again. It's 0-1. Beaver at third, Payne at second, Anderson at first. And a chopper foul again, 0-2. And Kaiser again a strike away from sending this to the 7th and continuing the shutout. And I have to say the improbable shutout considering the opportunities that have been wasted. 0-2. Swing and a miss. And again, missed opportunities here in the 6th. We go to the 7th. It's 1-0 Winchester. Back to Strasburg, we go to the top of the 7th inning. Strasburg still trailing 1-0, and Holcher comes back to the mound. He'll face 9-1-2. First pitch is hit deep to right center. Moving over Douglas on his horse, he makes the catch. Deep fly out from the first pitch. here in the top of the 7th inning. Good play out there by Douglas. Back to the top of the lineup, it's Jamie Padilla.
Center fielder number 4, Jamie Padilla.
All right, we'll get to some history here on this day in baseball history. June 7th will start in 1892. Benjamin Harrison becomes the first U.S. president to attend a Major League game as he watches the Reds defeat the hometown Washington Senators 6-5 in 11 innings on this day in 1892. First pitch misses high, ball 1 to Padilla. Final line for Trent Judd, who is in line to be the winning pitcher tonight for Winchester. 5 1/3, 5 hits, no runs, 2 walks, and 6 strikeouts. Padilla takes a strike, 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out, top of the 7th, 1-0 Winchester Royals. Breaking ball fouled back. Here's an interesting one. Today in 1941, the New York Giants became the first team to wear protective headgear as they used plastic helmets in a game against the Pirates. One ball, 2 strikes. Swing and a miss, and Padilla goes down on strikes. 2 outs in the 7th. And here comes Connor Guy. Guy's swing has been the difference maker. Home run back in inning number 3. Today in 1944, all Major League games are canceled as the country's focus is turned toward Europe while Allied forces land on the beaches of Normandy in occupied France. And he swings and hits one foul, 0-1. Today in 1965, switch hitter Tom Tresh connects for 3 consecutive home runs in the Yankees' 12-0 rout of the White Sox. Hit his first homer right-handed. Then he went on to hit the next 2 left-handed. 1 ball and 1 strike to Connor Guy. And that's outside. 2-1. Two balls and 1 strike. And outside, ball 3. Today in 1976, after a storm dropped 7 inches of rain causing floods in Houston, 20 fans canoed to the Astrodome to get rain checks for the canceled game at the enclosed stadium. 3-1 to Connor Guy. And ball 4, a 2-out walk for the Royals as the inning will continue. Here's Nick Avenano, the first baseman. He's 0 for 3. And that misses. Today in 1991, Cleveland Indian outfielder Albert Bell is demoted to the minors for not running out a ground ball in a 2-1 loss to the White Sox. 1-0, and that is popped right up the chute behind the plate and out of play. Today in 1993, Cal Ripken of the Orioles suffers a twisted right knee when his spikes catch in the infield grass in a contest against the Mariners. The resulting swollen knee the next day almost ends his consecutive streak. As the runner goes, throw to second, it's off the glove, and there safely on the stolen base is Connor Guy. 2 balls and a strike, and a base hit here could make it 2-0, and 2-0 would almost feel insurmountable tonight. 2 balls, 1 strike, 2 outs, top of the 7th. Royals up 1-0. Avenano trying to come up big here against Strasburg's right-hander, Holcher. And that hits him. Breaking ball, it didn't break. And first and second now with 2 outs. And it brings up Todd Abraham. He's 0 for 1 with 2 walks.
Second baseman, number 33, Todd Abraham.
So that is now for Strasburg 8 walks and a hit by pitch. And somehow they've only allowed 1 run. Meeting to the mound. We'll step away and be back in 30 seconds. All right, meeting at the mound is over. First and second, 2 outs for Todd Abraham as Winchester looks for their big hit of the game. Try to break this thing open. And anything other than a 1-0 lead feels major here in this inning. Holcher trying to get through his 3rd inning of work. The first pitch is low and outside, ball 1. A little bit of a popcorn smell coming up here. Maybe even burnt popcorn, I can't tell. 1-0. That's a ball. Throw to first is not in time. That looked like a strike. 2 balls, no strikes. Don't know if he popped out of the crouch too soon or what. It's a risky throw down to first too, but it was bang bang. So now a hitter's count for Abraham. Again, he's already walked twice tonight, and that's a strike down the middle, 2-1. Strasburg will have 9-1 and 2 due up in the bottom of the 7th inning, trailing at least 1-0. And a ground ball. It's going to ricochet off the pitcher's glove, and it actually saves a run. That would have been into center field for a base hit. Instead, it's an infield single. The bases are loaded. It's just the 3rd hit of the game for the Royals. And here's Rubendahl. That was a screamer. And just getting a glove on it is Holcher. That was going straight up the middle. And that's going to be it, as the Express are going to go to the pen with the bases full and 2 outs. We'll step away during the pitching change and return after this on the Express Baseball Network. All right, big spot here. Biggest spot of the game to this point, you could say. 1-0 Royals. Bases loaded, 2 outs. New pitcher making his express debut is Hank Eaton. Bases full. Eaton against Rubendahl. First pitch. And a high fly to left. And it's off the wall. 1 will score. 2 will score. And it's 3-0. 2 RBI double in the first pitch for Rubendahl. Off of Eaton here in the top of the 7th. So the walk and hit by pitch, costly. Abraham moves to third. Rubendahl with the 2 RBI double. So those 2 runs score on the ledger of Holcher. And again, walks and hit by pitches come back to get you. First pitch just missing, ball 1. Ruiz the batter, 2 walks and a ground out tonight. And a base hit here could really put things in tough shape for Strasburg. That's down the middle, 1-1. This inning all started with a fly out and a strikeout. And then a walk, hit by pitch, single, and a double. Walks will kill you. 1-1, swing and a miss. Good pitch there from Eaton, 1-2. Hank Eaton out of Pearl River Community College, 6'2" righty, 200 pounds. One and two. Again, Strasburg will have 9-1-2 due up in the bottom of the 7th. And that's in the dirt, blocked nicely by Payne, 2-2. Time is called. And they're going to throw the baseball out. Two. Way outside, 3-2. Base open at first. The catcher Hogue on deck. And apparently he was messing with the baseball, manipulating with it. So he will reach. I guess it's going to be another walk scored. All right, bases loaded for Hogue. And he fouls it back, 0-1. Nowhere to put him here. 2 outs in the 7th. 2 huge insurance runs in the inning for Winchester, yet they're still getting out hit 5-4. 0-1 the count. And a swing and a miss. Big hack, 0-2. Eaton is way ahead here, trying to get through this and hold it at a 3-run game, and he does. Paints the black. Winchester scores 2, all with 2 outs, and they lead it 3-0. Time to stretch. We're back after this as we go to the bottom of the 7th. 3-0 Winchester as we go to the bottom of the 7th. Strasburg sends up 9-1 and 2. Douglas, Mosley, and Bland. Express just haven't been able to get clicking tonight on offense for the first time really all season. First pitch is low, ball 1. Final line for the Express, second pitcher Jackson Holcher, 2 2/3, 1 hit, 2 runs, 5 walks, 2 strikeouts. 1-0 lefty Kaiser back to the mound, and that's low again, 2-0. All it takes is a leadoff walk, and Strasburg could be in business here. No, it has to be the walk. The hit doesn't have the same effect. 2-0. That's low. Because a leadoff hit, you can get a hit on a lot of different scenarios. A leadoff walk, the pitcher has to be missing the zone. That tells me that his arm's getting tired, he's losing control, and then that leads to other things. It's a deep equation, you know. 3-0, and that's low, and a 4-pitch leadoff, dreaded leadoff walk, especially after you score 2 in the top of the 7th.
The DH, number 44, Brett Mosley.
So that, yeah, in reality, that is better than a leadoff hit. See, we have data that shows tonight that the leadoff singles have not been good. All right, here's Mosley. He's been uncharacteristically quiet tonight, 0 for 3. Line out and a pop out and a strikeout. First time DH in this year. First time not in center. The pitch. And that's a strike, 0-1. Douglas at first after the leadoff walk. Express trailing here in the bottom of the 7th. Mosley facing the left-hander. And that's outside, 1-1. Mosley will be followed by Bland and Stewart. Stewart's another lefty, so Winchester's going to have a little advantage with the matchup against the lefties as we progress through the lineup with Kaiser in there. 1-1. Breaking ball in there, 1-2. Bland on deck, 0 for 3 with 2 punch-outs. And a chopper foul. We got started tonight at 7:05. Winchester 1 run in the 3rd, 2 in the 7th. Excuse me, 7:07. Check the first. I had it written down and still got it wrong. What the heck? Yeah. 1-2. And that is low. Good take there from Brett Mosley, 2-2. A lot of room out there in right center. That's low, and it's 3-2. See if they send the runner from first. Douglas does have good speed, but do you risk the double play? He does go, and it's outside. Oh, excuse me, he rang him up. Collision at second. Mosley down looking. Bill Betterly not happy with the home plate umpire. And now we've got a discussion out here at second base. So a stolen base there for Douglas, and somehow Mosley rung up. So that's a big first out getting him. And now a discussion out there at the middle infield. Don't know if they're trying to say a collision or something, but good luck getting an overturn call. It's not going to happen. So a stolen base for Douglas, and Mosley is rung up on a pitch. called a strike. 1 out, and here's Taryn Bland. He's 0 for 3. First pitch, Bland lines it into the netting foul, 0-1. So the leadoff walk is out at second. Again, that's such a big call. You go from first and second, nobody out, to runner at second and 1 out. And that's probably what it should have been, but 0-1. That's down and in, 1-1. Kaiser's done a pretty good job so far. He did walk the leadoff man, but has made the pitches since he's come into the game that he needed to make. Douglas jumping off the bag at second. That is in there. It's 2-1-2. Perrin Bland out of Troy trying to come up with a knock here. Came into the game batting .500, just 2 at-bats. 0 for 3 tonight. And that's in the dirt and blocked nicely by the catcher, Hogue, 2-2. 3 runs, 4 hits, no errors for Winchester, no runs, 5 hits, and an error for the Express. We play in the bottom of the 7th. The 2-2. Inside to the backstop, and Douglas will get to third. Pass ball, according to the
Kathy
score.
Dinkle won the 50-50, made a donation back to the Express. Give her a round of applause, please. Thank you very much, and congratulations.
So the first run of the game for Strasburg is just 90 feet away for what feels like the 20th time tonight. 3-2. And strike 3 called. And yet another strikeout for the Express with men in scoring position. Back-to-back punch-outs here in the 7th. 2 outs.
Second baseman number 47, Aiden Stewart.
And here's Aiden Stewart. He is 1 for 3 tonight. Just far too many strikeouts tonight for the Express. They have not done a good job of barreling up the ball since early in the game. Pitches in the dirt, ball 1. Strasburg's already struck out 10 times tonight. And we're not even through the 7th inning. And I would say at least half of them are with men in scoring position. 1-0. Low and in the dirt, 2-0. Express have gone down swinging 8 times and looking twice. 2-0. In the dirt, 3-0, and a walk here would bring the tying run to the plate, and Landon Beaver. Stewart likely taking all the way here, and then Beaver will have to hit lefty-lefty if he can get to the plate here in the inning. Strasburg would love a chance to tie it with 1 swing. But waiting here to see what Stewart does as he takes a strike. It's 3-1. He's being told selective, so that likely means you're taking another one here, especially with the left-hander on the mound. 3-1. And ball 4, and the tying run will step to the plate here, and Landon Beaver with 2 outs in the bottom of the 7th. And a visit to the mound here. It's just a visit, not going to be a change. So Landon Beaver, who is 1 for 3, will step in, and while they meet at the mound, will step away. We'll be back in 30 seconds. right, big spot here. Strasburg with yet another chance to get on the board. They're down 3-0, bottom 7, 2 outs. They have men on first and third. Landon Beaver, the batter. And he takes ball one. With one swing, he could tie this game up. Meanwhile, Winchester trying to hold Strasburg scoreless for the 7th consecutive inning. 1-0 the count. Kaiser deals, and that's in there, 1-1. Again, back on opening night, Strasburg scored just 2 runs. They lost that game 5-2, and both runs came in the top of the 8th inning. So that was the longest they've been held scoreless this year. 1-1. That's low. Another breaking ball, and Beaver lays off. And I got to think this will probably be the last hitter here for Kaiser if he does walk Beaver. The right-hander Payne is on deck, and they've got a righty getting warm in the bullpen. 2-1 the count. And that's in the dirt, ball 3, and looks like Kaiser might be run out of gas here. Maybe it's a pitch around. I don't know why you would with a lefty in the box, but got to be real selective here for your Beaver. 3-1. Stewart at first. Douglas at third. And it's fouled away. The count's full, and the runner from first will be on the move on the pitch. Kaiser looking for one more pitch, try to finish this inning off and call Strasburg to strand 2 more. Left 3 on in the 6th, 2 in the 3rd and 4th, and 1 in the 2nd. 3-2. And that's high, ball 4. And the bases are loaded. That's going to be it for Kaiser, and a new pitcher will come in to face the righty Jacob Payne.
Now batting the catcher, number 19, Jacob Payne.
Pitching change for Winchester. Bases full, 2 outs, bottom of the 7th. We'll be back after this on the Express Baseball Network. Bases loaded, 2 outs. Bottom of the 7th, new pitcher Divine Valley will take over for Winchester. First pitch to Payne, misses, ball 1. Payne, 2 walks and a single tonight. Time is called, and they're going to come out and talk to Valley. Oh, the umpire's going to go too, so that's not going to count as a visit because he's going out. Guarantee it. He's going to say no visit. As long as they're not talking about him, it doesn't count as a visit. Watch. Told you. No visit. Valley is out of Shorter University from Jacksonville, Florida, 6'205". What a time it would be to put one in the air here. 1-0 to Payne. Outside and low, 2-0. 3-0 Royals. They've led since the 3rd inning. A home run by Connor Guy. And base umpire didn't like that the pitcher, this is the same thing that happened to Strasburg's pitcher earlier. Was it a ball? Did they call it? Okay. 3-0. And that is high. Now, is that a walk? Okay, so apparently they did not call it a ball, and that going to his mouth, it's something about the pitcher when they get on the rubber going to your mouth. So the count is 3-0 with 2 outs. The pitch to Payne. And that's in there, 3-1. 3-1, 2 outs, bottom 7. Strasburg trying to get the big hit they've been looking for tonight. The pitch. And he spikes it, and the Express have finally scored tonight. It's 3-1 in the bottom of the 7th. So right on cue, after allowing 2 in the top of the 7th, they score 1.
Right fielder number 25, Christian De Los Santos.
So 3 walks in a row, including 4 overall in the inning. RBI for Payne with the bases loaded. Here's De Los Santos. And that's inside ball 1. So Douglas comes in to score. Stewart to 3rd and Beaver to 2nd. A ball in the gap could give the lead to the Express. A single could tie it, 1-0. That is called ball 2, very similar to the pitch last at bat that was called a strike. 2 balls and no strikes. Again, 3 consecutive walks here in the inning for the Royals, 2-0. And that's high, not even close, 3-0. This is unusual for Valley. He's thrown 2 innings so far this year, 4 strikeouts and no ERA. He just has no control of the ball right now. It's like he just can't grip it. 3-0. And that's in there. So back-to-back 3-0s and now a 3-1 here. I think you take if you're De Los Santos. I think you take in 3-1. And a ground ball up the middle. That is going to be field. No, it's not. It's through the wickets. 1 will score, 2 will score, and we are tied in the bottom of the 7th. Oh, my. What a misplay up the middle there for the Royals. It's going to be scored a single, a play that could have been made, but it sneaks through, and we are tied in the 7th inning. Soft chopper into no man's land right up the middle past the pitcher. De Los Santos comes up big. It'll be scored a hit. 2 RBIs on 1 infield single. It's 3-3, and here's Anderson. Tying run at 3rd. The go-ahead run at 3rd. The pitch is a strike, 0-1. Stewart scores, and Beaver scores all the way from 2nd. Payne moves to 3rd. First hit of the game for De Los Santos. 0-1. And that's in there, 0-2. Val ahead in the count. Valley 0-2. And a foul back. So again, the inning started with a dreaded leadoff walk. Back-to-back strikeouts looking. Then a walk. Then a walk. Then another walk. And then a 2 RBI infield single. 0-2 to Anderson. Runner goes. The pitch is low, and moving to second on the stolen base is Christian De Los Santos. So now a base hit could potentially score a couple of runs if JMU's Jack Anderson could come up big here. 1-2. And a liner into center. That is going to be down for a base hit. One will score. Throw to the plate, not in time. Throw to second, not in time. And the Express have come from behind and scored 5 in the bottom of the 7th and lead it 5-3. Anderson with a line drive to center. Padilla came in. He short hopped it, fired it in, and it wasn't in time. A 2 RBI double for, a 2 RBI single for Anderson, and it's 5-3 Express. Inning continues. Here's Cabasa, ball 1. Wow, what a turn of events here. Credit to Jack Anderson, big time hit there with 2 strikes. Cabasa's 1 for 3, the 1-0. And a grounder to short, waiting back on it, firing to first in time. And the inning finally comes to a close, but Strasburg scores 5 runs. 1, 2, 3. There were 4 walks in the inning, including 3 in a row at one point. We go to the 8th. It's 5-3 Strasburg on the Express Baseball Network. All right, back to Strasburg. We go to the top of the 8th. The Express 5 runs in the bottom of the 7th inning. They have their first lead of the game. 8-9-1 for Winchester. First pitch to John Emmendorfer is a called strike. It's 0-1. Crazy turn of events here, thanks to a bunch of walks and some hits. 0-1. That's fired in from Hank Eaton, 0-2. So in that half inning, 3 of those runs were charged to Kaiser and 2 of them on Val. 0-2. Swing and a miss. Good morning, good afternoon, and good night. 1 out in the 8th inning. Final line for Ian Kaiser, an inning and a third, no hits, 3 runs, 3 walks, 4 walks and 4 strikeouts. We've seen 16 walks in this game between the two teams, and then some hit by pitches as well. That pitch is in the dirt, ball one. We should never have more hits or more walks than hits combined. And that's in there for a strike, 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out, top 8. The 9-hitter for the Royals. Frontera swings and misses, 1-2. First inning of full work here for Eaton. 1-2. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. Back-to-back punch-outs for Hank Eaton. Back to the top of the lineup, Jamie Padilla for the 5th time tonight. Padilla single in the 1st, pop out in the 3rd, walk in the 5th, strike out in the 7th. He'll bat here with 2 outs in the 8th. The pitch. Outside, ball 1. Eaton deals. Swing and a miss. Blowing the fastball by him. Like to know where that velocity is. I don't give my StatCast number on pitchers' velocities. I don't want to put that information out there. 1-1. And that's off the end of the bat foul. We don't have our StatCast capabilities there. We do have radar guns that some guys are using down there. 1-2. And that is called outside a little bit high, 2-2. Strasburg will have 9-1 and 2 due up in the bottom of the 8th. Eaton trying to send this to the bottom half. 2-2, he deals, and that is inside, ball 3. A walk here would bring Connor Guy to the plate who hit a home run earlier. Any walk is dreaded in my eyes, but especially the leadoff. Especially when we've seen as many as we have. 3-2. Swing and a miss. Got him to go after a pitch in the dirt. Throw to first in time. Eaton strikes out the side in order, and we go to the bottom of the 8th. 5-3 Strasburg. Back after this on the Express Baseball Network. Back to Strasburg. Kyle Gutschall with you as we go to the bottom of the 8th. Strasburg with their first lead of the game. They have 5 runs last inning in the 7th. And they will start with Jay Douglas, who led off the 7th inning with a leadoff walk. Douglas is 1 for 2, a walk, a single, and a line out tonight. Valley is still on the mound, and that's a little chin music over the coconut, 1-0. Yeah, go all game. It's 1-0 all the way to the 7th. Then Winchester scores 2, and then Strasburg scores 5. 1-0 the count to Douglas. That is inside 2-0. I wouldn't hate another bunt try. The way he bunted that first one earlier, that was a heck of a bunt down the third base. Third baseman's way back, too. 2-0. And that's a bloop into right. That is going to be down, and that counts just as well. A leadoff single here in the bottom of the 8th inning. His second hit of the game.
Now batting number 44, Brett Mosley.
Douglas has been really good. He hasn't played a lot so far this year, but he's been impressive when he does play. Puts together good at-bats. He's fast and plays a pretty good outfield. All right, here's Brett Mosley. 0 for 4. Did that just come out of my mouth? 0 for 4? 2 strikeouts. Some last couple, or the last one questionable. Runner goes. The pitch is a strike. Throw to second, not in time. And a stolen base for Jay Douglas. Jay gets in the scoring position here in the bottom of the 8th inning for Strasburg. So now a 0-1 count for Mosley. Mosley came in 7 for 15. And that is low. So his batting average has dropped 98 points so far tonight. 1-1, good hitters count. He's facing a righty. And he swings and fouls it back. That was inside. It's 1-2. Could be something to think about, though, with first game that Mosley has not been in center. DHing instead. 1-2. And he goes down looking again. Third strikeout of the game for Mosley. And there's one out.
Number 42, Perrin Bland.
Here's Perrin Bland. So the 1-2 hitters tonight for Strasburg have struck out a combined 6 times between Mosley and Bland. First pitch to Bland. Strike 1. Scores around the league. Covington beat Culpeper 8-5. Waynesboro beat Charlottesville 11-9. Woodstock beat Newmarket 3-1. Purcellville leading Front Royal 9-5. And Harrisonburg leading Stanton 8-5. 0-1. And Bland thought he was hit by a pitch, but apparently not. And holding at second is Douglas. I'll tell you, Harrisonburg, they have been swinging the bat so far this year. And that's who Strasburg is scheduled to play, weather permitting, tomorrow down at Veterans Memorial Park in Harrisonburg, the home of JMU. It's going to be a good game if they play. 1-1. And Bland again nearly hit. Harrisonburg, the number 1 offensive team so far. I think Stanton's number 2 and Strasburg right up there at number 3. 2 balls and a strike. Good count for Bland. Douglas dancing around out there. 2-1. Swing and a miss out in front of a breaking ball. 2-2. That was a home run swing. You really just want to swing to kind of just take it to the opposite way. Put it into right field, a base hit. Douglas has speed. 2-2. That's outside. He lays off this time. 3-2. Aiden Stewart, second baseman's on deck for Strasburg. Well, for Valley, he's thrown 31 pitches, 14 for strikes. And a foul ball. That was inside and probably ball 4. But we'll do it again at 3-2. Feels like the humidity is at about 95% right now. Maybe 99. Payoff pitch again to Perrin Bland out of Troy. And that one nearly hit him again. So yet another walk for Winchester pitching, and that's going to be it for Val. Call into the bullpen for Winchester. We'll tell you about the new arm right after this. New pitcher for Winchester with men on first and second and one out. It is Gavin Sansone out of Long Island University. He will face the left-hander Stewart here. Strasburg leading 5-3, bottom 8. Pitches outside, ball 1. Can't finish the line yet for Divine Val. He goes 2/3 of an inning, 3 hits, 2 walks, and a strikeout. And yet again, another situation where they're going over their signs. I don't know why they wait until the first pitch, but umpire is heading out. This will once again not be a visit because he went out. There it is. Just like everything, yeah. Visits have become open to interpretation. The definition of a visit. Want to notice Stewart. He's hit the ball well tonight. And that misses, 2-0. Single and a couple of hard hit outs. Walked his last time. Well, Strasburg would love to add some insurance here. Man at first and second and 2-1 out. 2-0 count for Stewart. The lefty deals. That's low, 3-0. This is the first appearance for Sansone. Tonight has been the game of walks. If you like walks, which I don't know who does, this is the one you want to watch. 3-0, he'll be taking all the way. Bright red light here for Stewart, and it's in there for a strike, 3-1. Judd, 2 walks. Kaiser, 4 walks. Valley, 2 walks. For Strasburg, Mitchell, 3. Holcher, 5. Eaton, 1. And now a 3-1 count here for Sansone, his first batter. Right-hander on deck. Douglas having a fun time out there. He goes. The pitch is fouled back. And the count's full, 3-2. Landon Beaver, another left-hander, is on deck for the Express. I think, you know, we saw the lefty-lefty strategic move putting Valley in, but it didn't really work out all that well. We'll see if it works here. Payoff pitch. And that is in there. Excuse me. Ball 4. Ball 4. And the bases are loaded.
Now batting number 15, Landon Beaver.
So another walk. And Beaver will step up for the 5th time tonight. Singled back in the 4th. Bases loaded, 1 out. Lefty. The pitch to Beaver. Way outside. It's blocked up nicely by the catcher Hogue. 1-0. Temperature dropping a little bit as we move on. Stewart at first. Bland at second. Douglas at third. And Beaver hits it in the air. Will he let it go? Oh, it's out of play. Count is 1-1. Appreciate everyone tuning in with us tonight. It's been a good game. I mean, it's been more walks than you'd like to see, but overall a good quality game between 2 North Division teams here early in the season. 1-1. And that misses. Looking ahead at the schedule tomorrow, Winchester will be home. That's a 7 o'clock game. They'll be hosting the Tom Sox of Charlottesville. Meanwhile, Strasburg will be on the road at Harrisonburg. That's a 4 o'clock start. So Winchester's home. 2-1. And a liner to center. That's going to be down for a hit. And Padilla fell down. It's going to go all the way to the wall. 1 scores, 2 scores, 3 will score. It's a 3 RBI double for Beaver, and Strasburg breaks it open here in the bottom of the 8th. 8-3. Padilla slipped out there in center, rolled all the way to the wall. And the walk's costly again for the Royals. That is hit number 9 for the Express. Douglas, Bland, and Stewart all come in to score. So Strasburg catches a big break there. It was going to be a run regardless, but turned into much more. Here's Payne in the dirt, skips up in the air, and to third is a Beaver on the wild pitch. So no errors on that play. Again, he appeared to have slipped down. Infield's going to come in here. The count is 1-0 to Jacob Payne. Runner at third, trying to cut down the runner at the plate. The pitch. That's high off the glove of the catcher, 2-0. Imagine if we played at Front Royals ballpark with all the balls that we see go to the backstop and they don't really have to worry about it. Just, oh well. If we played at Front Royal, if we played at Harrisonburg, Newmarket, rarely do we see a wild pitch result in a run from third. 2-0 the count, good hitters count, and a swing and a miss, 2-1. Well, Strasburg, they went scoreless through 6+. They got to the 7th, they scored 5, 3 more in the 8th. And a runner at third with still just 1 out. Team that couldn't buy a run with men in scoring position earlier. And that's a hit by a pitch. Payne didn't really like it too much. He'll take first. So add that to the hit by pitch walk tally tonight. In fact, that's the 4th time Payne walked in the 2nd, singled in the 4th, walked in the 6th, the 7th, and was hit in the 8th. So a good night for the on-base percentage, but he's 1 for 1. Batting 1,000 tonight. First and third, 1 out. Here's De Los Santos. He really came up with the big hit. It was about the weirdest hit you could see that's really got Strasburg back in this thing. He takes for a strike. It's 0-1. That was all the way back last inning in the 7th. 0-1. Oh and 2. I mean, the hitters don't like that call tonight, but it's been there all night, inside to the righties. Quickly 0 and 2 to De Los Santos. See if the runner takes off from first. Does not. And a swing and a foul tip into the glove, and Christian down on strikes for the 3rd time tonight. 2 outs in the 8th.
Third baseman, number 14, Jack Anderson.
And it brings up Jack Anderson. Well, we are going to hit the 3-hour mark once again tonight. It's just a matter of how far do we go over it. Anderson, 2 RBI single last time, a huge hit. He takes a strike. So now Sansone finding the groove here. Throwing the fastball down and into right-handers. 0-1. Swing and a foul tip, 0-2. Final line for Valley, 2/3 of an inning, 3 hits, 4 runs, 4 earned, 2 walks, 1 strikeout. So after Judd gave them 4 innings, the bullpen has allowed 7 runs, 6 walks, and they've hit a couple of hitters. That's inside, 1 and 2. Strasburg starter Rob Mitchell, 4 innings, 2 hits, 1 run, 3 walks, 2 strikeouts. Holcher, 2 2/3. And now Hank Eaton's been in there. 1-2. Outside, 2 and 2. JMU's Jack Anderson at 3rd tonight and batting here in the bottom of the 8th. Inside 3-2, runner will be on the move from first on the pitch. Erwin Cabasa is on deck. He would be the only man that hasn't come to the plate yet here in the 8th inning. 3-2. And ball 4. Yep, everybody batting again. Back-to-back innings.
The batter, number 21, Erwin Cabasa.
Well, a home run here and then a home run by the next hitter would end the game. Cabasa, 1 for 4 tonight. There's that inside strike, 0-1. Hey, give credit to the pitchers and the catcher. They've been able to master that for the most part. 0-1. Inside, 1-1. So Douglas led off the 7th and 8th innings, and Cabasa was the last out in the 7th and trying to avoid that here in the 8th. 1-1. Well, he was trying to send one over the wall. Big hack, 1 and 2. Winchester set to have 2, 3, 4 due up in the 9th inning. 1-2. And a swing and a foul tip held on to. And that'll do it in the 8th. 3 more for Strasburg. They lead it by 5. We head to the 9th. 8-3 Strasburg on the Express Baseball Network. Back to Strasburg. We go to the top of the ninth. Non-save situation, but the right-hander out of Florida Atlantic, Justin Gay, will take over, and he will face 2-3-4 here in the Winchester part of the ninth inning. The first pitch. Fastball down the middle for a strike, 0-1. Gay's numbers on the year as the 6'8 righty out of Spring Hill, Florida, takes the mound. 3 innings, 6 strikeouts, and a 6 ERA. 0-1 to Guy. Swing and a miss. Gay's pitch to Guy is high. 1-2. Connor Guy, the home run back in the third inning. Yeah, seems like in a different universe. The 1-2 from Gay. Breaking ball hit the first. Cabasa will field, and he will take it. 3 unassisted, and a huge first out here in the ninth. Keeps the rally down for now for Winchester. Here's the first baseman. Avenano, the first baseman. Been on twice, was hit by a pitch, and scored back in the 7th. Yeah, we played one game to the 6th inning. That was a 1-0 game. And since then, we've played this other game. I don't know. It's been a lot messier. Pitch is down the middle. Strike 1. Not that the first 6 innings were not messy by any means, but run-wise, things really broke open for Strasburg. 0-1 from the stretch and the pitch. Breaking ball, and things have tightened up back there, 1-1. It's interesting this year. As games have gone on, you think it would widen, but 1-1. And a hard grounder to short. Bland stays down, throws it to first just in time. And there are 2 outs here in the 9th inning. And Todd Abraham, the final hope here in the 9th inning for Winchester. Abraham walk in the first, pop out the catcher on a bunt in the 3rd, walk in the 6th, single in the 7th. 2 outs, top of the 9th. The Express trying to pin one down here and shut the door. It's still open. Literally and figuratively. The pitch. Breaking ball, this time called a strike, 0-1. Winchester home tomorrow night against Charlottesville, 7 o'clock. Strasburg at Harrisonburg to take on Bob Weiss and the Turks. 4 o'clock scheduled start. 0-1. And a liner into right center. The catch is made, and the Express have won their 4th consecutive game in a game that lasts exactly 3 hours. 7:07 to 10:07. Strasburg wins it in a game that, well, didn't look like they were going to even be able to score a run, but they end up scoring 8 runs to win it by a score of 8-3. Strasburg tonight, 8 runs on 9 hits and 1 error. And Winchester, 3 runs on 4 hits and 1 error. Strasburg with the win. They've won 4 in a row. They're 4-2. Winchester falls to 3-4. Again, game time tonight, exactly 3 hours. The winning pitcher in this game will be Hank Eaton, I believe. And the loser will be Kaiser. Eaton, the winning pitcher, an inning and a third, 1 hit, 1 walk, and 4 strikeouts. The loser, Kaiser, an inning and a third, 3 runs, and 3 earned runs. No save in this game. Leaders tonight, well, A lot of walks in this ball game. Looking at the final numbers for Strasburg, Beaver 2 for 4 with 3 RBIs. Payne had a hit, De Los Santos a hit, Anderson a hit, Cabasa a hit, Douglas 2 hits, and Stewart had a hit. For Winchester, Padilla 1 for 4, Guy 1 for 3 with a home run and a couple of walks. Rubendahl 1 for 4 with a couple of RBIs. And that will put a bow on this one tonight. Strasburg comes from behind. They score 5 in the 7th and 3 in the 8th. Again, the Express are on the road tomorrow at 4 o'clock start at Harrisonburg. Winchester is home at 7 o'clock. We will not be back here until Wednesday night, and Strasburg will host the Front Royal Cardinals. That is a 7 o'clock start from First Bank Park in Winchester. Again, we want to thank everyone for joining us here tonight on the 7th of June in 2025. The Express getting on a little bit of a roll here after starting 0-2. They have won 4 consecutive games. Thank you for joining us. This is Kyle Gutschall signing off for the 2025 Strasburg Express and the Valley Baseball League.